Charles Doyle. Charlie Haas II is an American semi-retired professional and amateur wrestler. He is best known for his appearances with World Wrestling Entertainment in the 2000s and Ring of Honor in the 2010s. Haas was an amateur wrestler in high school, and attended Seton Hall University on a wrestling scholarship, before becoming a stockbroker. He became a professional wrestler in 1996, and teamed regularly with his brother, Russ, with the two winning numerous championships on the independent circuit, including the CZW World Tag Team Championship and the JAPW Tag Team Championship. After signing contracts with WWE, the Haas Brothers were assigned to WWE's developmental territories, where they won the MCW Southern Tag Team Championship on 3 occasions. After Russ' death in 2001 due to a heart attack, Haas began wrestling in singles competition, winning the HWA Heavyweight Championship once. Haas formed a team with Shelton Benjamin and the two debuted on SmackDown in December 2002. They won the WWE Tag Team Championship twice, and dubbed themselves the world's greatest tag team before they split in 2004. Haas won the WWE Tag Team Championship once more with Rico, and gained Miss Jackie as a valet. Haas then transferred into singles competition before being released from WWE in 2005. After a short stint in Jersey All Pro Wrestling and other independent promotions, Haas was re-signed to WWE in April 2006. He formed a short-lived team with Viscera, before reforming the world's greatest tag team with Benjamin. After Benjamin transferred to the ECW brand, Haas began wrestling with a comical luchador persona, before developing a character where he imitated other wrestlers and WWE Hall of Famers. In addition, Haas won their last ever match on WWE Heat when the show ended on May 30, 2008. He was released from WWE in February 2010. He soon returned to the independent circuit, including returning to JAPW and appearing for Ring of Honor. In September 2010, he won the NWA Texas Heavyweight Championship. On April 1, 2011, Haas and Benjamin won the Raw World Tag Team Championship and held it until December 2011. Haas announced his retirement from professional wrestling in March 2013, but returned to competition in August that same year. Aside from wrestling, Haas and his wife Jackie run a nutritional store, Custom Muscle Nutrition and Smoothie Shop, in Frisco, Texas, which they opened in October 2008. Professional wrestling career independent circuit After debuting in 1996 as a professional wrestler, Haas regularly teamed with his brother Russ for numerous independent promotions. On July 22, 1998, the Haas Brothers won the Jersey All Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championship by defeating the Skinhead Express. They lost it to the Nation of Immigration just over a month later on August 25. They won the championship for the second time on May 21, 1999, by defeating the Big Unit, and held the championship until February 25, 2000 when they were defeated by Da Hit Squad. During 2000 they also held the Pennsylvania Championship Wrestling Tag Team Championship and the ECWA Tag Team Championship in the East Coast Wrestling Association promotion, which they won by defeating the Backseat Boys. The Haas Brothers began competing for Combat Zone Wrestling in November 1999, losing to the Kingpins at The War Begins on November 20, 1999. They competed regularly for CZW throughout early 2000, and won the CZW World Tag Team Championship on February 12 at climbing the ladder by defeating the Cash Marino Brothers and the Thrill Kill Cult in a 3-way match. On July 10, they lost the championship to the Backseat Boys at Cage to the End, when Johnny Kashmere defeated Russ in a singles match and was awarded the championship. World Wrestling Federation / Entertainment After a World Wrestling Federation tryout match at Madison Square Garden on August 7, 2000, they signed a developmental contract with WWF. The two worked their way through the tag ranks in the WWF's developmental territories, Memphis Championship Wrestling and the Heartland Wrestling Association. The brothers won the MCW Southern Tag Team Championship 3 times during early 2001, defeating the Dupps the first time on the Island Boys and Joey Matthews and Christian York in a three-way match on both the second and third occasions. Russ died from a heart attack due to a pre-existing heart condition, on December 15, 2001 at age 27. The brothers fought in house shows and dark matches in the WWF up until Russ died. After Russ' death, Charlie continued to fight in dark matches. After Russ' death, as a tribute to him, Haas wrote Russ' name on his wrist tape, and used the name as C. Haas before being called up to the main WWE roster. On January 2, 2002, Haas won the HWA Heavyweight Championship, his first singles championship, by defeating Val Venis. He was later stripped of the title on January 29 due to a scripted contract loophole. After World Wrestling Entertainment ended its affiliation with the HWA, Haas was moved to Ohio Valley Wrestling, where he competed until December 2002. Haas debuted on WWE's main roster on the December 26, 2002 episode of SmackDown, as a heel along with Shelton Benjamin as Team Angle. The tag team was the contingency plan of Paul Heyman, and were intended to help WWE Champion Kurt Angle retain his title, attacking Chris Benoit and Brock Lesnar in an attempt to soften them up. They quickly won the WWE Tag Team Championship on February 6, 2003, by defeating Los Guerreros. They held the championship for 3 months, including a successful title defense at WrestleMania 19 against Los Guerreros and the team of Chris Benoit and Rhino, before losing the championship to Eddie Guerrero and his new partner Tajiri in a ladder match on May 18 at Judgment Day. On the June 12 episode of SmackDown, Angle fired Haas and Benjamin after they blamed him for losing the Tag Team Championship and began to question his leadership. The duo then dubbed themselves the world's greatest tag team, although announcers made sure to add self-proclaimed to the name. Haas and Benjamin regained the championship from Guerrero and Tajiri on the July 3 episode of SmackDown, but lost it to the reformed Los Guerreros on September 18. The team was separated when Benjamin was moved to the Raw brand as part of the 2004 draft lottery. After Benjamin's draft, Haas turned into a fan favorite and gained Miss Jackie as a valet. He teamed with Rico to win the WWE Tag Team Championship on April 22, 2004. The pair lost the championship to the Dudley Boys on June 17, and shortly afterwards, Haas became a singles wrestler, although he retained Miss Jackie as his valet. Haas lost a match to Luther Reigns at the Great American Bash. Haas was later involved in an angle in which he was in a love triangle with Miss Jackie, who was acknowledged on screen as his fiancée copyrightee, and Dawn Marie. The storyline culminated when Haas served as the special guest referee in a match at Armageddon 2004 between the two women. After the match, Haas left both women in storyline, although he continued his relationship with Miss Jackie off-screen. In early 2005, he formed a tag team with Hardcore Holly. They were involved in a feud with M&M for the WWE Tag Team Championship, but never won the championship. On July 8, 2005, Haas was released by World Wrestling Entertainment along with his real-life wife Jackie Gader. Independent circuit he returned to JAPW later in July 2005, and began a feud for the JAPW Heavyweight Championship with Jay Lethal. On September 10 at JAPW House of Pain, Lethal defeated Haas to retain his title. In JAPW, on October 27, 2007, Haas was inducted along with his late brother Russ into the first class of the Jersey All-Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. He won the New Legacy Championship at Ballpark Brawl V on August 13, 2005, defeating then-champion Christopher Daniels and Chris Sabin in a triple threat match. He successfully defended the title the next night at Ballpark Brawl 6 against Harry Smith with Mick Foley as a referee. During his time back in the independent circuit, Haas competed in the East Coast Wrestling Association's Super 8 tournament in 2006, where he advanced all the way to the finals before losing to Davey Richards. Returned to WWE Singles competition. Haas returned to WWE in 2006, appearing on the April 17, 2006, episode of Raw as Rob Van Dam's hand-picked opponent for his former partner, Shelton Benjamin. Haas defeated Benjamin in the ensuing match. Haas continued to wrestle on the lower mid-card spot, becoming a regular fixture on Heat. On the June 5, 2006 episode of Raw, Haas inadvertently knocked Lilian Garcia off the ring apron as he was entering the ring. It was announced on WWE's official website that as a result, Garcia suffered a sprained wrist. As a result of the legitimate accident, Haas began a feud with Garcia's one-time storyline love interest Viscera. Haas made advances towards Garcia, at one point forcefully kissing her and then dropping her to the ground. Haas and Viscera continued to fight for Garcia's affection in the ring, until she told them both that she wanted to be just friends. Haas gave Viscera an eye rake in anger, and a blinded Viscera accidentally gave Garcia a Samoan drop. Though it was unintentional, when both Haas and Viscera had seen what had happened to their now former love interest, they simply had a laugh about it, thus making Haas a villain. After that, Viscera and Haas became a tag team, competing on both Raw and Heat until splitting in December 2006. Return of the World's Greatest Tag Team. After Shelton Benjamin won a match against Super Crazy on the December 4, 2006, edition of Raw, Haas came out to celebrate his win with a bewildered Benjamin. Haas and Benjamin announced the return of the World's Greatest Tag Team on the December 11, 2006 edition of Raw, and they defeated the Highlanders in their return match. They then started a feud with Crime Time. They continued to compete on Raw through the start of 2007, facing teams including John Cena and Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair and Carlito. In mid-2007, the World's Greatest Tag Team feuded briefly with the Hardys in storyline. At the One Night Stand pay-per-view on June 3, 2007, they challenged the Hardys for the WWE World Tag Team Championship in a ladder match but were unsuccessful. The team broke up once again when Benjamin moved to the ECW brand on November 20, 2007. Various gimmicks and SmackDown return. Early in 2008, Haas developed a gimmick in which he would go under the ring in the middle of his matches and re-emerge wearing a mask. In this alter ego, Haas would sometimes perform luchador-esque maneuvers in a comical fashion. The opponent would often unmask Haas mid-match, returning him to his normal demeanor. During this persona, Haas usually competed in dark matches before the live broadcast of Raw or on Heat. Beginning in late August, Haas turned into a face and began a storyline in which he began to impersonate other wrestlers, a concept created by John Laurinaitis, a WWE executive. His first match under this gimmick was a loss to Carlito's real-life brother Primo Cola Cuden, while Haas was parodying Carlito with the name Charlito. He has portrayed such superstars as John Cena, John Bradshaw Layfield, Jim Ross, The Great Khali, Montel Vontavious Porter, legends such as Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bret Hart, Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Hulk Hogan and even WWE diva Beth Phoenix, for which he won a Slammy Award. On April 15, 2009, Haas was drafted to the SmackDown brand as part of the 2009 supplemental draft. On the May 8, 2009 episode of SmackDown, Haas made his in-ring return to the brand as a heel, abandoning his persona of imitating other wrestlers, and losing to John Morrison in a match where he was accompanied by his former World's Greatest Tag Team partner, Shelton Benjamin. The following week on the May 15, 2009 episode of SmackDown, Benjamin and Haas unofficially reunited and competed against John Morrison and CM Punk in a losing effort, but Benjamin was traded to the ECW brand in June. After an absence of several months, Haas made his return to television by teaming with Mike Knox in a losing effort against Crime Time on the December 31, 2009 episode of Superstars. On February 28, 2010, WWE announced that Haas had been released from his contract. Returned to the independent circuit. On March 20, 2010, Haas made a surprise return to Jersey All-Pro Wrestling and defeated Devon Moore for the JAPW New Jersey State Championship. On May 22, Haas and JAPW Heavyweight Champion Dan Maff put their titles on the line in a tag team match against the Hillbilly Wrecking Crew. In the end, Maff turned on Haas and hit him with a chair. after which Lee pinned him to win the JAPW New Jersey State Championship. On September 10, 2010, Haas won the NWA Texas Heavyweight Championship by defeating Michael Faith in Amarillo. In May 2011, Haas took part in New Japan Pro Wrestling's first tour of the United States, the Invasion Tour 2011. In their opening show on May 13 in Rahway, New Jersey, Haas teamed with Rhino in a tag team main event, where they defeated IWGP Heavyweight Champion Hiroshi Tanahashi and Togi Makabe. The following day in New York City, Haas unsuccessfully challenged Tanahashi for his title. On August 20, 2011, Haas became the inaugural Family Wrestling Entertainment Heavyweight Champion by defeating Jay Lethal and Eric Young. He held the championship for 4 months before losing it to Young on December 17. After his retirement from pro wrestling, Haas made his return on August 17, 2013, where Haas defeated Jax Dane to win the NWA Branded Outlaw Wrestling Championship. At JAPW 18th Anniversary Show, Haas, Benjamin, and Angle reunited, as a Team Angle, for the first time in 11 years. In the main event, Benjamin and Haas defeated Chris Sabin and Teddy Hart. Ring of Honor . On September 11, 2010, Haas and Shelton Benjamin made their debut as wrestling's greatest tag team in Ring of Honor, losing to the Kings of Wrestling at the Glory by Honor 9 pay-per-view. They returned to Raw at the Ring of Honor Wrestling television tapings on December 9, where they defeated the Bravado Brothers. The following day, at the second set of television tapings, Haas and Benjamin defeated the All-Night XPRESS of Kenny King and Rhett Titus, and participated in an 8-man tag team match, teaming with the Briscoe Brothers against the Kings of Wrestling and the All-Night XPRESS, which ended in a no contest. At the Final Battle 2010 pay-per-view on December 18, Haas and Benjamin announced they would be wrestling regularly for Raw in 2011. At the following pay-per-view, 9th Anniversary Show, on February 26, 2011, Haas and Benjamin defeated the Briscoe Brothers in the main event of the evening to earn another shot at the Kings of Wrestling and the Raw World Tag Team Championship. On April 1, at the first night of the Honor Takes Center Stage pay-per-view, Haas and Benjamin defeated the Kings of Wrestling to win the Raw World Tag Team Championship. On June 26 at Best in the World 2011, Haas and Benjamin successfully defended the Raw World Tag Team Championship in a 4-way match against the Briscoe Brothers, the Kings of Wrestling and the All Night Express. The following day Raw announced that both Haas and Benjamin had signed contracts with the promotion. At Final Battle 2011, Haas and Benjamin lost the Raw World Tag Team Championship to the Briscoes despite severely attacking them before the match started, turning them into villainous characters. On May 12, 2012, at Border Wars, Haas and Benjamin regained the Raw World Tag Team Championship from the Briscoe Brothers. On June 24 at Best in the World 2012, Haas and Benjamin lost the title to Kenny King and Rhett Titus. Shortly after their loss, Benjamin was suspended in storyline, to explain his absence while wrestling in Japan. Benjamin returned at the Death Before Dishonor X pay-per-view, accompanying Haas and Rhett Titus in a tag team championship match. Following Death Before Dishonor, Haas and Benjamin would continue to feud with Titus and his new tag team partner B.J. Whitmer, defeating them at Glory by Honor 11. They defeated them again in a street fight at Final Battle, where Haas won the match after sent B.J. against a table. On February 2, 2013, Haas turned on Benjamin during a Raw World Tag Team Championship match against the Briscoe Brothers. He continued his feud with B.J., fighting in the 11th Anniversary Show in a no-holds-barred match. B.J. won the match when the referee stopped the match. On March 30, 2013, Haas announced his retirement from professional wrestling, which coincided with him leaving Ring of Honor. However, Haas has continued to compete in various promotions in his home state of Texas. Personal life: Haas competed in amateur wrestling during high school, and for Seton Hall University, where he attended on a wrestling scholarship. He also has various other awards for wrestling from high school. Haas was a 2-time Big East champion at Seton Hall and graduated with a degree in economics and business. He then became a stockbroker with Goldman Sachs. According to Haas via the Q&A section on his website, he is a devout Christian. Following the death of his brother, Haas has wrestled with Russ written on his wrist tape as a tribute. Since 2002 he has maintained a close friendship with his longtime tag team partner Shelton Benjamin, who he often refers to as his brother. Benjamin also served as Haas's best man at his wedding to Jackie Gayda. His grandfather, Hugh DeVore, was an assistant with the Houston Oilers and a former head coach of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Haas' brother Russ was also a professional wrestler, until his death in 2001 due to a heart attack. After getting engaged in September 2004, Haas married fellow wrestler Jackie Gayda on June 10, 2005. It was announced on May 5, 2006 that they were expecting their first child. On December 14, 2006 at 3:01 a.m., Gayda gave birth to a daughter, Kayla Jacqueline Haas, who weighed 6 pounds 7 ounces, and was 19.5 inches long. The couple's second daughter, Taylor Suzanne, was born on September 17, 2008. On June 1, 2010, the couple's third child, a son named Thomas Russell Haas, was born. Haas and his wife opened Custom Muscle Nutrition and Smoothie Shop, a nutritional store in Frisco, Texas on October 1, 2008. On July 23, 2012 Charlie Haas announced the birth of his fourth child. On August 30, 2007, an article on Sports Illustrated's website named Haas as one of 10 superstars found to have purchased illegal steroids not in compliance with WWE's Talent Wellness program. He was allegedly prescribed anastrozole, somatropin, stanozolol, nandrolone, and chorionic gonadotropin between August 2006 and January 2007. Haas later said that he thought it was legal, and he was doing it for maintenance after he had both his knees reconstructed. In wrestling finishing moves, diving crossbody Euro 2004, Haas of Pain Euro Innovated, Haas Steel Takeover / Haas Struction Euro 2006, Inverted Clover Leaf, Olympic Slam. Signature moves, back body drop, dropkick, inverted atomic drop, multiple arm drags, multiple suplex variations, exploder, German, overhead belly to belly. Shoot kick to the back of a seated opponent. With Shelton Benjamin, double team finishing moves, the world's greatest finisher, inverted atomic drop followed by a super kick followed by a jackknife pin. Double team signature moves, broken arrow. Managers, Paul He-Man, Kurt Angle, Jackie Gayda. Nicknames, The Outlaw. Entrance themes, Medal by Jim Johnston, Heroes by Jim Johnston, Pay the Price by Eric and the Hostiles, TNT by AC/DC. Championships and accomplishments. Ballpark Brawl, Natural Heavyweight Championship. Combat Zone Wrestling, CZW World Tag Team Championship Euro with Russ Haas. East Coast Wrestling Association, ECWA Tag Team Championship Euro with Russ Haas, ECWA Hall of Fame. Family Wrestling Entertainment, FWE Heavyweight Championship. Heartland Wrestling Association, HWA Heavyweight Championship. Insane Hardcore Wrestling Entertainment, IHWE DFW Championship, IHWE Heavyweight Championship. Jersey All-Pro Wrestling, JAPW New Jersey State Championship, JAPW Tag Team Championship Euro with Russ Haas, JAPW Hall of Fame. Memphis Championship Wrestling, MCW Southern Tag Team Championship Euro with Russ Haas. NWA Branded Outlaw Wrestling, NWA Bow Heavyweight Championship. NWA Southwest, NWA Texas Heavyweight Championship. NWA Texama, NWA Texama Heavyweight Championship, NWA Texama Tag Team Championship, with Dane Griffin. Ohio Valley Wrestling, Danny Davis Invitational Tag Team Tournament, with Shelton Benjamin. Pennsylvania Championship Wrestling, PCW Tag Team Championship Euro with Russ Haas. Phoenix Championship Wrestling, Russ Haas Memorial Tag Team Tournament Euro with Nova. Pro Wrestling Illustrated, PWI Tag Team of the Year with Shelton Benjamin, PWI ranked him number 25 of the top 500 singles wrestlers in the PWI 500 in 2003. Ring of Honor, Raw World Tag Team Championship with Shelton Benjamin. Texas Outlaw Promotion, TOP Heavyweight Championship. World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE Tag Team Championship with Shelton Benjamin and Rico, Slammy Award for Best Impersonation The Glamorous. Wrecking Ball Wrestling, Match of the Year vs Low-Key. WrestleForce World Heavyweight Championship. References. External links. Online World of Wrestling profile.